Today is September 8th, and we have a little bit of a special episode for you guys. Let's do it. Let's talk Yanks. Music's playing somewhere. I don't even know if we should do the full song, but whatever. What's going on, everybody? We have a special little interview with Randal Grichuk today. We wanted to get him on the show because he's a Yankee killer, and maybe if we talked with him, we could, reverse the tides a little bit, like get him real chummy with us, Jake. Make him like us, feel a little bad for us.
Yeah, we've been trying to link up with Randal since spring training. We had some lined up, and then he couldn't do it, and then so we were looking for a time to do it, and very conveniently, we got to do it now. So, I mean, a lot of fun, cool dude. You looked at me right after, and he was just a guy talking to us. You know? Yeah,
at the end, he was asking us questions.
Yeah.
How about him getting in Yankees Twitter asking about that?
Yeah.
That's a response
He's
to one
involved.
of my tweets this guy had. I was like,
he's in the mix, man.
So, I mean, let's just throw it right to this little impromptu episode. Enjoy it. Randal's a cool guy.
We recorded it live from the Roosevelt studio.
We did record it live from the Roosevelt studio. He zoomed in from the official press conference.
Yeah, that was cool.
Seating.
Hot.
So here's Randal Grichuk,
guy.
that fuck that kills the Yankees nonstop.
We are joined by Yankee Killer / outfielder for the Blue Jays, Randal Grichuk. Randal, how you doing, man?
Doing fabulous. After last night's win, really feeling good over here.
And that was the interview.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. My question is, we do a homer draft on the show, so I chose you to hit a home run. You forgot to hit one. You hit a home run every game against the Yankees. What happened?
You didn't tell me. If you would have told me that, then I would have, let me know next time you do it, and I got you.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I just feel like you're probably going to hit a couple tonight. You got Hap's number. Man, do you expect it? Is this a thing in your head? Like, do you know, Yankees are in town? I'm going to get some nice swings off.
No. I mean, they got good pitching. I mean, if you look at that, for the most part, you would think if you get to the sixth inning with a lead, the game's over, right? I'd feel pretty comfortable if I had Green, Ottavino, freaking Britton, and Chapman finishing the game. So not necessarily. I mean, I've seen the ball well off of some of the guys, so that's given me some confidence. But, I mean, any way you can get some confidence in this game, you just got to roll with it.
We'll get to last night's sixth inning in a little bit, but the end part of your last name rhymes with a common curse word, and I think Yankee fans have used that a little bit. Again, just going through some of your numbers. I mean, Tanaka, CeCe, Hap, they're all guys that you've had pretty good success off of. I mean, what's up with that? Is it seeing them? Is it going to the stadium? Is it just you caught them at the right time? What is it for you?
Yeah, I think I just see the ball pretty well against them. I mean, if you look at all of them, they've all had really great success. I mean, Tanaka, was it last year or the year before that he had a freaking sub 3 or pretty close to a 3 around there? So they're all good pitchers. Maybe they've just made a couple mistakes and, luckily, if you swing hard and close your eyes, you get lucky every now and then. So
that hasn't been working for the Yankees lately.
Jansen stole your shine last night because you were going to hit the home run off Otto if he doesn't hit the grand slam before you. By the time you come up there, do you feel bad? You're like, let's just roll over a couple and get this on with. 10 runs is enough.
No, definitely not. But, when they say a home run is a rally killer, it really is, because it kind of, you're pumped up after that homer, but you kind of, now there's no men on, there's no rally anymore. And it's just like, let's start over from scratch. And it doesn't always work that well.
What's going through your guys' head during that inning? And I mean, it honestly had to be so much fun. I mean, a 10-run inning when everyone's contributing like that. I mean, what's the moment?
Well, I'll pinpoint the moment for you.
Okay.
I was going to ask Vladdy getting his first stolen base.
That was impressive. We were not expecting that at all. I've never seen him attempt a bag. So for him to get it and not even be reviewable, I was shocked.
Did they even throw it? The ball?
Yeah, they threw it, but
they threw it. Yeah.
What were y'all thinking in that moment?
Well, that's the end of the game forever. That might be the end of the series. I mean, Otto has had struggles keeping guys on, and I think when you have Vladdy taking his first bag of his career with ease, I think that's kind of a big exclamation point. Like, maybe work on that.
Yeah, he's a little slow to the plate, and then he's got that slider that's freaking unbelievable. So
wipes out.
That's your chance if you get lucky. If you get the sinker, he's probably out there.
Do you think Vlad's been eyeing Otto for a while? Like, when it happens, when I'm on first and Otto's out there, I'm gone. Because that's what happened.
No, honestly, I think he probably was just like in the moment and felt like, hey, like knowing Vladdy, he was probably just like, hey, let me take a shot here, and if it sticks and we're rolling and we feel good, and if we don't, what was the score at that point? Was it?
I think it was
100-0.
I think it was 6-6 or 8-6.
Yeah.
8-6. So we had already had the lead. So it was like, hey, if he gets thrown out here, it's all right. We got the lead. We feel pretty confident with the guys we got coming in the late end of our bullpen as well. So, I think he was just feeling himself a little bit and said, let me take a chance.
Well, it's demoralizing because, you can play the trick as Yankee fans, like one pitch away, ground ball, double play. Vladdy doesn't have speed. And then all of a sudden he takes off and now the double plays out. I think that was pretty much the backbreaker for the game.
Yeah. If you're a baseball guy and you really look at that double play, you're out of it, which Ottavino, you could easily get one. And then that takes it out of it. So now sac fly is easy and ground ball doesn't really phase you. So, yeah, that one hurt. That one hurt a little bit.
What's the vibe overall? I mean, you guys are in second place. You're rolling right now, and you did a lot at the deadline. Does the team appreciate that? Like, do you see all those moves being made, and you're like, hell yeah?
Yeah, most definitely. I think if you can, if you don't make moves, then you feel like your either front office doesn't, really believe in you, or you feel like they think we're good enough as is. And almost 99% of the time, almost unless you're the Dodgers, you're never good enough just as is. You can always get better in some places. So, we really felt good. Now we have like 18 starters. So if we ever have to go like 21 innings, I think we're pretty set. But,
double headers, bring them on.
Bring them on. No, we feel good. We feel really good where we're at. We've been taking really good at-bats. The at-bats from last year to this year have been night and day. Guys are just believing in themselves, have a good approach and sticking to it all at bat, all game.
Sounds nice. I wish Yankee fans would be saying, we traded for a bunch of pitchers too and got some help.
It's been a weird couple weeks in Yankees land, man. I mean, you hear it in our voice a little bit, and I mean, pinstripes, evil empire. I mean, is there a little bit? Well, I guess you've been in Toronto a few years now, right? I mean, did this series in general, and everything's bizarre this year. We're playing in Buffalo, but I mean, is this series like? You guys got Ryu in the offseason. You guys got a bunch of young studs. And now here you are technically in September. You're locked up with the Yankees. Was this like we're in it? It's go time? Like this is where we've wanted to be for the past couple years?
I mean, I'd be lying if I hadn't said we've been looking forward to these next 10 games. Look, going into yesterday for the last week or so, we've been looking forward to these. We know it was going to come down to us or them for the second place for the most part, and we knew that whoever won this series would do it. So luckily we got game one out of the way and fell on our side, but still a lot of baseball left. Yankees could will off 9 in a row against us and really take control. You never know.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
Come on, man, that's messed up. Come on, man.
Has Montoya got the bongo drums going? You guys just partying, Dominican food,
music? Every night they got the bongos going. Pre-game, he's got the bongos going. He's a big bongos guy.
I know. Have you ever seen those videos?
I know.
Oh, Montoya got the bongo drums in his office. He just like rocks out nonstop. It's really good stuff.
Bongo Montoya.
He's awesome. His story is really cool.
Yeah.
So, Jake had a question that I'm going to ask for him.
Please.
Do you ever look around and realize that like all your teammates spent their entire lives in clubhouses and think like, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I actually am from Houston, so I grew up an Astros fan. So I was a Bagwell fan more so, but obviously Craig Biggio was unbelievable and obviously in the Hall of Fame. So I've caught myself asking Calvin questions about like, hey, what's some funny stuff you've seen in the clubhouse growing up? And Vladdy little different. He was a little younger, and language barrier at that age. He didn't know very good English growing up, so a little different. But it's super cool. I don't have any kids, but I want to have kids and let them be able to see what it's like and enjoy it. But you got to get to a certain age, obviously. But yeah, it's pretty unique having. I think Shaw's dad played, Cavan's dad played, Vladdy's dad played.
Lourdes's brother.
Lourdes,
who's 10 years older than him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. A little bit. Well, speaking of making babies, no. Do you feel like the press ever treats you differently because you're not the kin of a Hall of Famer? Do they ever you're like, hey, I played pretty nice today. Why the hell are you talking to Cavan? He drew 2 walks again. Get over it.
You got his scouting report down.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't swing 90% of the time and somehow is on base all the time.
It works.
It's incredible. It works. Pitchers can't throw strikes these days. It's incredible. No, it's funny though. You're seeing those 3 guys. Obviously they get the headlines, which is awesome. I'm a kind of guy that wants to have the second best game every game. So you don't have to really deal with the media. You can fly under the radar, That's who I am.
That's why Jansen hit the grand slam instead of you. I got it.
There you go. Now today, if I got to, I got to, but.
Okay.
Do you guys have a sense of pride in Buffalo? Now it's your home now, you make the best of it. When teams come, when the Yankees come and they're bitching about not being able to see the signs from the catcher, do you guys have a sense of well, you got to come here and play with us? Have you made it a little rallying cry?
We've embraced it. I think we kind of knew coming into it that we did not want to play here, right? Nobody wants to play in a 3A park in a big league game. So that was 100% how we felt. But then once it was the only option, we were like, hey, let's run with it. Let's own it. And let everybody else bitch about it. And then when they come, they're not going to be at the top of their game and, we'll be rolling. So we've definitely tried to use that to our advantage. I know some teams we've talked to kind of say it's better than they expected. So they're happy. So it doesn't really work for them. But, if some people can't see signs and they don't like the locker room or whatever the case may be, gets them out of their rhythm. That helps.
Isn't the away locker room isn't it just a hallway at times too?
What are they saying? It's a big tent. It's a circus tent with I don't know. I talked to Mitch. I haven't been out there, Mitch Moreland, and he said honestly it was better than he expected. So he's happy with when he got to come out here. So he was expecting way worse.
When Mitch got traded to the Padres, did he say, "Thank God I'm leaving the saddest place ever"?
I don't know. He liked hitting against us, so he probably was a little sad.
Yeah, he's hitting against everyone recently. He's been killing it.
He's unbelievable. And how old is he now? 35, 34, 35?
Okay,
something like that.
Mitch Moreland.
Usually the analytical people in the game say, 31, 32, you're out the game now. So it's good to see some older guys doing well, prove them wrong.
He's going with a bunch of those young guys over there too, but they got the experience on their side now with him and Hosmer, 2 World Series winners. So that's cool.
35, still banging.
What about the new rules? I know that the man on second rule, I think we exchanged something on Twitter where we were both I was like, this sucks. And you said it was going to be rough. And the 7-inning doubleheaders, we've heard a lot of players actually say they like the 7-inning doubleheaders. You like them? You like
the body loves them. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Taking 4 innings off of a day that the body helps that out. But the extra innings. So going into that, I know we talked a little bit, but I was not a fan. It's not baseball, right? It's weird, but it does make a team become strategical and figure out how are they going to win this game. And, down, if you're the top, you're probably bunting them over to score. And then if you're not, if they score, you might not. So there a lot goes into it, So it's exciting baseball in the first extra inning instead of 3 lull, dead, 3 up, 3 down innings. And then it's okay, now someone finally gets on.
The only thing that's diluted for me is walk-off celebrations because it almost feels if you're going tied into the bottom of the extra innings, you're supposed to score that runner.
Yeah.
Whereas it's almost more exciting to score in the top of the inning and then strand that runner in the bottom, and walk-offs are less exciting than the away team winning.
Yeah, I mean, if you freaking hold the team somehow and and hold them and then score to win it, it's kind of hey, they just gave you a guy on second. You should have won this game.
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
I feel like that too.
If your home team, so say Yankees tonight, goes into extras, they don't get the run across, you're up, runner on second. Are you getting that bunt sign, or are you telling Charlie like, hey, I hit 30 yackers last year. Like I'll go to right center and I'll end this now. We don't need that.
I would like to hope he's saying swing this, but
Okay.
I might look down there and maybe blink when he gave me the bunt and accidentally miss it. I don't know.
That's smart.
You just got to do what Tatis said. Don't even look down the line. Just
There you go.
don't even look.
I haven't got the bunt sign since 2014, so I don't think I'd be getting it. But I practice one a day, so if I ever need it, hopefully it's there.
I like that.
There you go.
I have a pressing question. Are any Yankees pitchers tipping, and if so, what's their tell?
Well, one, if I knew that, I wouldn't tell you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Damn it.
But two, I'll tell you, we didn't have anything last night. So I hear there's rumors swirling around that we did, which we didn't, unfortunately.
I didn't think it seemed like it.
Almost worse news, Randall.
Yeah.
Almost worse news.
Just kidding. You guys were grinding out at bats. Like Rowdy's at bat versus Chad was really good. Like it was crazy.
He swung at like 4 pitches, 6 inches, 8 inches above the zone and fouled them off at 96, 97. That was impressive. And then laying off of the 1-2 ball down, that was a good pitch. That ball's called a strike. We don't like it, but it could go either way, and that inning changes completely.
No, and then I'm in the midst of my sadness, I forget, but someone else had a really good at-bat versus Otto before the grand slam. I thought he didn't. Might have been
Panic. Espinal had a good at-bat. It was just, you guys were just passing the torch. That's the best feeling in baseball.
It was probably the best inning I've ever been a part of in the aspect of not scoring 10. Clearly that's incredible, but just the at-bats. The at-bats were impressive. Like, you got to tip your cap to the at-bats that were put. 3-2 walks, 0-2 to 3-2 walks, base hits off of – it's not easy facing Ottavino and Green. They're nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
hopefully they prove that a couple times. So when are you going deep tonight? First inning?
Let's go second.
Second at bat?
Second, okay.
All right,
Second.
good. We'll just clip this and we'll post it.
Do you think is it one of Hap's secondary pitches, or is it just the fastball?
I don't know. I got to see what he's throwing.
Okay.
I got to see what he's vibing with, and see what he's thrown to me in the past. You see what I've hit in the past. I don't know.
Do you pick a pitch and hunt for one pitch against guys? Do you play the percentages? Do you have like a standard approach, or does it change pitcher to pitcher?
It changes pitcher to pitcher. But I think 90% of guys, 95% of guys sit heater and just react. So some guys you can sit heater and just see their breaking ball and put a good swing on it. Obviously, if you're in a good zone, if you're thinking middle of the field, if you're not, then obviously you're not going to be able to stay through the middle of the field to hit the off speed. But yeah, just most of the time sitting heater, a lot of guys, and then just adjusting.
Okay. Yeah. Hap to right center. Who, between this year and last year, cause again, everyone knows the names, and cause a lot of the names are from yesteryear, Guerrero Jr., Biggio. Who's of the new guys, whether deadline, that just happened, so that's tough. But, Travis Shaw is in town. Ryu, you guys added a lot of names that made this team more whole. Who's the biggest, in the clubhouse factor that's kind of changed everything?
Caleb Joseph.
Okay.
Yeah, not a name you were probably expecting, but he holds our celebrations post-game after W's. So he'll get the whole team together and give them 2 claps and a Ric Flair, and it's an exciting time.
Okay.
It's Buck's boy.
Caleb, yeah.
Buck Showalter used to rave about Joseph, smart baseball player. So
did he really?
I believe so.
He's a manager.
If the game accepts baseball people again as managers and not analytical guys, he will be a manager.
I believe there was he used to do some stuff against the Yankees.
There was an Orioles series.
There was an Orioles series where
he
just did such baseball smart moves, and I think Buck Showalter was that's
the thing. So normally, when you win, right, you're like, hey, Jano, you hit a homer, or you won the game for us, congrats. He picks out the small things, that grind of Espy's walk, right, the Vladdy bag, or the panic walk to set up the granny. Like he points out all those and then points out things we messed up on that we need to get better at. So it's like, hey, we won, we're good, but like, hey, like don't forget we need to clean this up and clean that up. So he does a really good job of that, not just picking out all the positives, but sprinkling negatives, but in a way that, you know, we embrace them and get better from them.
How long has he been with you guys? Like has he started a game?
This year. Yeah. Hey, he started a game, his first at bat, homered.
Damn. But I mean, is that – let me see.
He just got activated.
But that's crazy to have that kind of presence in the clubhouse without starting every day. That's pretty cool.
Oh, for sure. He ran with it after our first win, and, you know, he kind of came up to some of the older guys and was like, hey, man, if this isn't it, like, let me know. But if we like it, then we can run with it. And sure enough, you know, guys got into it, and he's just been kind of like the guy. So it's awesome to have, obviously, a guy that wasn't active but yet can bring such a presence to the clubhouse, and now he's active and, you know, played well in Boston. It was awesome to see.
So if you go deep twice tonight but he gives it to Kevin for his walks, are you still going to be like,
I don't know. Then we might not have to air this part of the set.
We'll cut it out. God, and yeah, the reason I love asking that question is because as we got into Yankees world, I mean, as we got in, you know, CC used to rave on his podcast about Tommy Kahnle, who's now out for the season, and just his day-to-day energy and what that does to a baseball team. And I just think that's so important to every baseball team because, like you're saying, like, I don't know how many people outside of Blue Jays land would look at, you know, roster resource or something like that and be like, oh, yeah, Caleb after a big one.
Very true. Hey, speaking of injuries, what's going on over there in New York?
You tell us, dude.
What's in the water? I mean, guys are going down like flies for years now.
Don't know. They brought in Cressy. They brought in, you know, the best athletic performance training dude, supposedly, and still happening. I heard a rumor. Okay, I'll get your thoughts on this.
Here we go.
Rumor
time.
This is a random person DM'd me on Instagram and said, I know what it is. So it's most likely a crazy fan theory. They said that the Yankees practice in their sneakers and tennis shoes, and then they change into spikes just for the game. And that's why they're always pulling hamstrings and calf muscles because they're not practicing. Now, is that as crazy as it sounds, or could there be some seriousness to that?
What are the injuries, though? I mean,
dude, everything.
The only way I would see injuries like that happening is more of like calves. If you got calf stuff, then it could be possible. But
wasn't that Judge and Stanton are both?
I think
calf?
that is
a lot of calf and hamstring lately.
Yeah, that was our producer.
Oh.
God.
Hi.
I mean, it could be possible. I don't know. I don't wear spikes. I wear spikes all off season, but I don't wear spikes at all in season other than the game.
Okay. So it's normal.
So, yeah, I would say it's normal.
So if you're coming to the ballpark, I mean, have you had a pre-planned off day, or has it just been like, hey, tough matchup, you've been playing 2 straight weeks, we want to give you a day off your feet? Or what's that been your experience in Toronto? Because as Yankee fans, we kind of don't know anymore.
They rest guys every other day.
Yeah, no, we Charlie, you know, I think for the most part, Charlie will come up to us and be like, hey, you got the day off tomorrow. And for the most part, we're like, no, like we don't want it. So he's come to me about 3 times this year and said, hey, I'm gonna give you the day off tomorrow. You've been grinding. I know you're a little banged up. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And so I've been saying I'm good. And my bat started not doing as well for whatever reason. And so the last day before yesterday, he just sent out the lineup and I wasn't in it. And I was like, dang, I guess I got to accept it.
He didn't tell you because he knew you'd say no.
Yeah. So I guess I just got to accept it.
Smart move.
Do you get any good banter on the bases with the Yanks? Like, can Voit chat it up at all? I know DJ's a huge talker.
Oh, yeah. DJ tells some good stories. I think I've talked to him a couple times. It might have been like, hello.
Hello.
That was it.
Yeah.
Voit, yeah, I know Voit from St. Louis. We played together. He was up and down. He was up and down in I think 16 and 17.
Mm-hmm.
So I chatted with him a little bit last night, and then our first base coach kind of interrupted him, and I think he got the hint and walked away. Our outfield coach was like, "Hey, let's go. We need to focus here."
That's funny. I mean, could you and let's be honest, what Luke Voigt's doing this year, nobody could have fully expected. But like, I mean, did you guys have any idea? Because his AAA and minor league numbers were nice, but I mean, this is insane.
I mean, not just this year. It's been the whole time he's been in New York. I mean, no. I mean, if St. Louis knew that was possible, I don't think he's being traded, right?
Yeah.
Like, but St. Louis is a big team that's like, hey, if you're young, we're going to give you a chance, but like, we're not going to give you a chance to like fail and keep going. It's like, if you play well, like you're in there, but if you don't, so it's one of those that like, he didn't really play that great because he wasn't getting everyday opportunities. This game's freaking hard if you don't play every day. It's super hard. So I was happy for him to be able to go there. It sucked that he got traded because he's from St. Louis. So he's bought a house, wife's there, life's there, and now he's in New York, which, I mean, traffic galore. That's got to be rough.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's cleared out recently, but
it's probably easier in Buffalo than it is like in Manhattan, like these guys are trying to do. Just all the rules they have to follow and getting around.
Oh, I can only imagine. I mean, Buffalo's like but I don't even consider Buffalo New York. Buffalo's like Midwest. Like,
it's a different vibe.
Have y'all been to Buffalo?
Gorgeous. I have 2 weddings there next year, so if you have any recs.
Well, if we're still here,
we'll see what the world looks like then.
You know, all the Blue Jays fans are saying y'all need to seriously think about playing in Buffalo next year if y'all are going to play this well.
Oh my God, yeah! If you guys do well, damn, I would totally be the fan saying that.
Yeah. We'd like to better that way.
The question is, I know it's a far stretch, but if we win the World Series, do you do the parade in Buffalo or Toronto?
Ooh. From Buffalo to Toronto.
It's a virtual parade, I think.
No, you got to go full out. It's World Series, man. You got to do the parade, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can fans go outside?
Mass social distance.
Yeah. They'll do it. But you got a long ways to go there. Yankees are going to take 9 out of 10 still. Remember?
Yeah.
You're right. It's just fun thinking about it, you know.
Hey, when you guys were starting the season, we were like a month in, and the Orioles were up there. Were you guys looking around like, what the hell? Like, get out of here.
Well, yeah. I mean, their offense is good. They can swing it.
Yeah.
They got – you look at so our scoreboard here, I don't know if y'all see it ever on TV, but it's only put your OPS. So it doesn't have your average, doesn't have your homer, doesn't have your RBIs, nothing, just OPS. And, like, they got, like, 4 guys in the 900s, like, 3 guys in the 900, maybe 3 guys in the 800s, and it's like, wow, they can swing it. We played some tight games with them.
Yeah, they got good bats. The other side ain't great, but now they've sold, so they're good. It's just you guys in second place. Yankees will try to catch you.
Are they still going to try to sneak in there?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
They got rid of all their relievers.
They did,
and that was already tough. So I don't think so.
Are you guys done with the Rays for the year?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I mean, I know what you're saying because you want to hunt them down and everything, but they're a nightmare, man. They bring out a bunch of circus freaks out of the bullpen, and it's like, where did they find these guys?
See, I think they won 1 more game in the series than us. I think it was like 6-4 against us this year, but we lost. We had a lead with 2 outs in the 9th in Buffalo. We made an error and they won. And then we lost 2 games in Tampa early on with the lead in the 8th, and we blew it in the 8th and 9th. So we felt pretty good against them. We were like,
okay,
we were like, yeah, because we looked at the standings the other day, and it was like we're 8th, they were 1, and we were like, yeah, let's go, bring it on. We're cool with this.
When you guys make the playoffs, which you guys will, I mean, whether it's wild card or second seed, I think Blue Jays will be in there. Have you thought about how you're going to face a team potentially that you haven't seen all year? And it's kind of interesting. You don't know how to stack up. You don't know how to scout and all that stuff. It's
very
way
true.
Different.
And positional wise, like obviously you look at bats, right? The White Sox, you've been seeing them on TV for their lineup that scores 10 a night, it feels like, and hits 7 homers a night. But they're good, but like as positional players, we just look at the pitching side of it. So we're like, what do we have to go up against? Like that, what do we have to control? And looking at like a Cleveland or a Oakland, like guys that have some strong starting pitching and good bullpen guys that we haven't seen, that makes it very interesting.
Yeah, if the playoffs were to start today, you guys would be going against the Indians, and they got some arms over there. It's kind of crazy.
Who's their top 3? Plesac?
Bieber, Tristan McKenzie's 2-star
Cookies. They probably they might give
Cookie
it to him
might get a start.
I don't know.
Plesac is good, and Plutko's probably
Savali,
definitely not.
Savali, yeah.
You got three guys. You got to go Bieber, Plesac, and McKenzie, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
They're
three-gamer?
Their starting pitching ERA starts with a 2.
They're stupid.
It's insane.
Hang with them.
I mean, some guys, I feel like guys either are or aren't keeping track of baseball kind of outside of their own teams during the season. Do you find this year, are you keeping track of more baseball? Because that's kind of what's going on in the world right now.
I'm a big MLB Network guy. So, like, when we're on the road and I'm at the hotel in the morning, it'll just kind of be on MLB Network on the background. So I kind of get updates through that, just seeing highlights from previous games. But, yeah, other than that, I really mainly just focus on Tampa, New York, and us. I feel like that's who we need to control to kind of make our way to the playoffs. And, you'll see other guys, but really that's who we're focusing on this year with it being a weird year.
Got him.
Same thing. It's hard keeping up with we have to keep up with everything now because we do it, but it's tough. There's a lot of games every single night.
It's too much.
So y'all watch every Yankees game, huh?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun lately.
They're pushing it.
Except the exact opposite. But usually it's fun. So usually
I saw a tweet last night that I thought was pretty funny. And I wanted to get y'all's take on it. It said, Are you a real Yankees fan? Are you a true Yankees fan if you're not rooting for them not to make the playoffs?
Yeah, there's a lot of 14-year-old kids on Twitter that think rooting against the team they like is angsty and edgy. That we'll throw that out there. I mean, I want the Yankees to be good. I just know that they're not going to be good for another 4 days.
But let's be honest, they're nasty now. They're good now, and they're hurt. How many guys are hurt right now?
Everyone. The next time the Yankees play you guys, and
you get ready.
You get ready. The next time they'll be different. You should have Gio Urshela and Stanton. And
Urshela's out too. I thought he might have just had the day off last night.
Nope, he's out too. He's got bone spur. So, and Glaber just came back. This was his second game back yesterday. So next series, I think you'll see. I think the Yankees are going to play though. We're ready now. We're going to start rolling.
I think we play y'all next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday again?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's my hope at least.
4?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they need to take a little bit more time, that's fine with us. We want to make sure they're healthy.
Yeah.
We're looking out for the player, their health, safety.
And you'll probably, hopefully you get Cole and Tanaka that series.
He wants Tanaka.
Yeah, you like Tanaka.
You're fine with Tank.
Call, maybe.
No
we'll see. Yeah. You mentioned how they put OPS on the scoreboard. I always like asking players this. What stat do you look at when you look at to grade yourself on the last 30 days or season? What's your go-to?
I don't know. It's kind of tough. OPS, slugging. I think average obviously is way too tough nowadays with the shifting. And I mean, you could have 4 jam shots in a night and hit 4 hits and everybody think you're a stud, but really you got beat 4 times. So I would probably say slugging or OPS, give you a true. Yeah. But everybody likes looking at that homer columns.
Yeah, that's true.
When you guys played the Red Sox this year, was that okay, it's time to pad our stats?
Well, if you ask Rowdy that, yeah.
I was gonna say he had 5 off the Sox or something. Yeah.
Rowdy's always hit them.
Who'd you go off against? Because you had a stretch there with 6 homers in 4 days.
Baltimore and Tampa.
Nice.
Is that just the best feeling in the world?
Yeah, there's no better feeling. Yeah. When you're just raking in baseball, life's great. When you're struggling, life's not it.
That's
and that's reality.
Everything.
I don't think people really understand that it's not easy for everybody, and when you're struggling, it's a grind. But when you're playing well, I can only imagine what Trout's life's like. He's got to be the happiest guy all the time.
Man, yeah, right. When this what's a slump for Trout? A bad weekend?
Yeah, a bad weekend. I mean,
it's a walk.
Yeah, 0 for 2 with 2 walks.
God.
That's a bad night.
No, I was gonna say something mean about the Angels. I won't do it.
Hey, what's up with Artie Moreno? He loves signing bats, but no pitching, huh? He gave Hamilton a big deal. Pujols, Trout, Rendon.
Dude,
Traded for Simmons.
It doesn't make sense. And they got Bundy this offseason. And I was
Upton.
I was mean to them because I was like, okay, we're spending that kind of bankroll on Rendon. And then you're trading for Bundy, who's been incredible for them. He's turned up the slider a little bit more, and he's out of the AL East. But I don't know, dude.
Their pitching just came around, like Haney, Bundy. Who's the other guy? They just had like a bunch. Canning just had a bunch of great starts in a row. And my brother-in-law's an Angels fan. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, it's one or the other. They've never they just swept the Astros.
Yeah.
And they came from behind every game. They scored 3 in the last inning every game.
I saw Rendon hit a homer to take the lead. Yeah, that's a team that's frustrating because it's like you could be so good if you had some studs in there in the bullpen or starting rotation.
Maybe one day.
You're going to go from your last playoff series was in 15 with the Cardinals, right? I mean, you're going to get back to the postseason, and it might be in a bubble with no crowd. Do you think that's going to be tough, or do you think that players will just know that this is postseason baseball and get into it?
I don't know. We talked about it the other day. I was like, they were talking about the playoffs, this and that, and I was like, guys, have y'all even thought about it yet? And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, the playoffs are like, I remember in St. Louis in 14, like I was a rookie and I run out to the field, and you know how you run to warm up, right? You run your sprints and your high knees and all that stuff. Like if someone told you they feel perfect every day or during the season, it's a lie. Like your knee, your back, your ankle, hamstring, your quad, something's bothering you. And when you run out there for a playoff game, your body feels like it's the best it's ever felt. You run the fastest you've ever ran in sprints. I think I freaking Usain bolted down the line. And it was like, wow, I feel amazing. You're not going to have that, that feeling of like, I can't feel my body, and look at these crowd just on their feet, waving the towels. It's going to be different. Honestly, I don't know what it's going to be like with fake crowd noise and nobody in the stands and playing at a neutral site. That's going to be weird. So it's going to be different. It's not going to be like the playoffs. That's for sure.
Also, if they do the neutral site plan that they're talking about, the AL is going to be headed to San Diego. So that crisp playoff, like weather and cold nights isn't going to exist, which, for West Coast teams, it never has anyway. But St. Louis, I mean, over here, like that kind of sucks.
That's part of it. Yeah.
That's part of the whole environment.
That's when you feel it when the cold air starts coming in and it gets cold, you feel playoff baseball is coming.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. But
I think I need one Yankees pick me up, and this is just a personal preference. You've mentioned the guys out of the pen who are normally very lights out. You guys did a number to them. Who's the one guy that maybe he's not the best guy, maybe he is, but who's the one that comes out of the pen and you're just like, God damn it! Like, is it Britton throwing bowling balls? Is it just Chappie because he pumps it? Who's the guy that you're just like, I don't like facing this dude?
I mean, there's probably a ton of them, but I'd probably have to say Ottavino. I mean,
yeah,
that slider to his heater is what, like a 13-mile-an-hour difference, and it's like a frisbee slider, so it's not just your traditional. Yeah, it's not your traditional slider. So I'd probably say Ottavino.
That's good because we'll send him that clip because he needs a little confidence.
He needs some confidence.
So it's very nice of you, Randall.
I got you.
Appreciate it. All right. Hey, man, we really appreciate it. We'll let you go. Good luck tonight. Enjoy the home run, and hopefully, Yankees can get you next week. I've given you guys this series.
You got us this series?
Yeah.
All right. We'll take this series and the last series, and y'all can have the middle series.
We'll see how that plays out, and maybe I'll take it.
when you're rounding third after the home run off a Hap in like the fourth inning, just like I wouldn't say blow a kiss because they'll get offended by that, but maybe just like right here, just know that's us. So
okay, I got you.
We're like the sick kids in the hospital.
So wrong.
That's not good. That's not good.
Okay,
we might have to take
We'll cut that.
We might have to take that out. I might stay here. Thanks,
right.
dude.
Thank you, man.
All right, no problem.
Appreciate
Talk to you later.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, there you have it. Hopefully, if he does homer tonight and rounds third and gives a little chest pump, it's for us.
Yeah,
that's cool. I'd rather if he didn't homer or
Yeah.
just a meaningless homer, but
yeah, solo 7-1.
Yeah. Not looking good.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Thank you, guys. See you later. Go Yanks is what my grandma says. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.